Welcome to the Clara Monroe Series by Mara Blackwood. You're listening to Echoes of the Past. Each upload continues the investigation while gradually revealing the deeper personal story beneath it. For the full experience, begin with Chapter 1 and follow the book in order. Chapter 9, The Second Set of Headlights. Clara does not sleep. She sits at the kitchen table with the newspaper clipping laid flat in front of her. Single vehicle collision. Driver lost control. No other passengers. No witnesses listed. She reads the paragraph again. Then again. The article is small. 3 inches of column space. Caleb reduced to 12 lines and a date. She turns the paper over. Blank on the back. Her phone lies face down beside it. She does not touch it. Instead, she closes her eyes and forces the memory forward. Argument. Front door. Cold air. Headlights cutting across the ceiling of her bedroom. She had gone to the window. She remembers that now. She had pulled the curtain aside, seen Caleb's car at the curb, engine running, her father standing in the driveway, shouting something she couldn't hear, and behind Caleb's car, another pair of headlights. Stationary, waiting. Her pulse tightens. The memory is not clear, but it is not invented. She opens her eyes. The radiator ticks. She flips the newspaper clipping back over. Single vehicle collision. Someone simplified the story. At 7:10 a.m., she is at records before anyone else. The clerk recognizes her and doesn't ask questions. "I need the original accident report," Clara says. The clerk hesitates. "That's archived." "I'll wait." The file arrives in a thin manila envelope. Clara takes it to an empty conference room, closes the door, opens it. Official accident report. Weather, clear. Road conditions, dry. Time of crash, 11:48 p.m. Vehicle found against guardrail. No skid marks documented. She reads that line twice. No skid marks. Impact speed estimated moderate. Driver ejected. Severe cranial trauma. No mention of another vehicle. She flips to the back. Witness section. Blank. Reporting officer, Detective Martin Reyes. Clara's breath pauses. Reyes. She knows that name. Her father's partner. At the time. She stares at the signature. Firm. Confident. She leans back in the chair. Her father had been a detective. He had not worked the accident himself. He could not. Conflict. But his partner had. The room feels smaller. She closes the file carefully. Halpern finds her there. "You look like you're about to accuse someone," he says. "Detective Martin Reyes," she replies evenly. Halpern blinks. "Retired?" 10 years ago. That was your father's partner." "Yes." Halpern's expression shifts. "You think he handled Caleb's accident?" "He did," she says. "And?" Clara slides the file toward him. "No skid marks," she says. Halpern scans. "Single vehicle," he reads. "Yes." "You think that's wrong?" "I remember another car," she says. Halpern studies her. "Memory isn't evidence," he says carefully. "No," she agrees. "But inconsistencies are." He exhales. "You want to talk to Reyes?" "Yes." They find Martin Reyes at his home by noon. Small brick house. Flags by the porch. Retirement tidy. He opens the door himself. Older now. Heavier. But his eyes remain sharp. "Detective Monroe," he says, surprised but not unsettled. "Been a long time." Clara holds his gaze. "Yes." Halpern introduces himself. They sit at the kitchen table. Reyes folds his hands calmly. "What can I do for you?" he asks. Clara places the accident report on the table. "You handled this," she says. Reyes glances at it. "Yeah," he says. "That was a hard night." "No skid marks," Clara says. Reyes nods slowly. "Road was dry. He didn't brake." You're certain? She asks. Yes. No secondary vehicle observed? No. Clara watches his face carefully. No flicker, no visible shift, but he is practiced. You knew my father, she says. Yes. You knew my brother. Reyes exhales softly. Kid had a temper, he says, but he didn't deserve that. Clara's jaw tightens. Did my father ever question the report? She asks. Reyes hesitates. There. A small pause. He was grieving, Reyes says finally, not thinking straight. That's not what I asked, Clara replies evenly. Reyes studies her. You're looking for something, he says. Yes. What? The second set of headlights, she says. Silence settles heavily across the table. Halpern glances at her. Reyes leans back slightly. There was no second vehicle, he says carefully. Clara holds his gaze. You're sure, she says. Yes. The answer comes too clean, rehearsed. Clara stands. Thank you for your time, she says. Reyes doesn't stop her, but his eyes follow her to the door. In the car, Halpern waits until they're moving. You think he lied? Yes. Based on what? Pause duration, she says. Halpern exhales sharply. That's thin. So was the original report, she replies. He doesn't argue further. Back at the precinct, digital flags something else. Metadata from the microcamera. Timestamp discrepancy. The internal clock had been manually adjusted 12 hours before the murder. Clara studies the log, adjusted from 11:48 p.m. to 11:48 a.m. Her stomach tightens. 11:48 p.m. Time of Caleb's crash. She feels the pattern solidify. He is not improvising. He is recreating. Halpern reads over her shoulder. That's deliberate, he says quietly. Yes. Her phone buzzes. Unknown number. She opens it. A short video clip. Dark road. Dashboard visible. Headlights ahead. Then, another pair of headlights appear in the rearview mirror. Close. Following. The video cuts. Text follows. You saw them. Clara's pulse remains steady. Another message. You just forgot. She types back before she can reconsider. Why? 3 dots. Then, because it was easier. Clara sets the phone down. She closes her eyes. She sees it now. Caleb pulling away from the curb. Another car idling down the street, following at a distance. She had seen it from her bedroom window. She had assumed it was coincidence. She had not told anyone. She had not wanted to be involved. She had stayed inside, stayed safe. Her phone buzzes again. You were always better at staying safe. Her throat tightens. That evening, she sits alone in her office long after the floor empties. The accident report lies open. The murder footage paused. The yearbook scan on her screen. 3 images, 1 pattern, a brother who may not have died alone, a teacher who believed she remembered wrong, a killer who stages scenes and measures her recall. Clara leans back slowly. Control is not slipping, but it is being tested. If Caleb was followed, if the crash was not entirely his fault, then someone chose that road. Someone chose that night. Her phone vibrates one final time. Unknown number. No image, just words. You're ready for the rest. Clara stares at the message. Her reply is deliberate. Then show me. A pause, longer this time. Then, not yet. She sets the phone down. The precinct is silent around her. In the dark reflection of her computer screen, she sees her own face. Composed, pale, unremarkable. But behind her reflection, for the briefest second, she thinks she sees the faint glow of headlights. Not outside the building, inside the memory, following, waiting, and this time, she does not look away. That concludes Chapter 9 of Echoes of the Past. The story continues in the next installment. Until then, listen closely. Some details matter more than they first appear.